I don't know if it's just WA, but there seems to be a lot more wrens here than over the east side of Australia. This little guy here, but there's heaps more around here. They're a little bit shyer than this guy. There's heaps of these little guys around. This one likes coming into the tent. Excuse me. Where'd he go? Oh, right back there. Just coming up to Lane Poole Reserve. This is a reserve with, I counted about 12 campsites or campgrounds in here. It's about 10 minutes out of Dwellingup, a small town on the Murray River in WA. It's the south of Perth. It's called Lane Poole Reserve. Dogs are allowed in here. This is a national park, so there is a $17 fee. I paid $17 for my car and $17 for my trailer and $30 for the 2 nights I'm staying here. There is a checkpoint here which is unmanned at the moment. It was manned yesterday, but there is a ticket machine here where you can pay. You do need to reserve camping in here at most of the sites. There are a couple where you don't need to book. We'll come to those. I probably won't get to see all 12 of these campgrounds. If I do 4 or 5, they'll probably give you a good idea of what the camping in here is like. There is no mobile reception here. There are drop toilets, and they do allow dogs in here, which is odd for a national park, on a leash of course. The amenities look okay, a little basic for a campsite that's charging $64 for 2 nights. Mind you, that does include park fees. Thought you might get a shower for that, but there's no evidence of any showers in here. It's sealed road until you get to a particular campground, then it is dirt road, but most of them are very close to the sealed road. Beautiful weather again here in Perth, South Perth today. Probably going to get up to about 22 degrees. Last night was very cold. It got down to 1 degree. That was a little uncomfortable, but not too bad for this time of year. It is now late May in 2026. So definitely heading into winter now. Dwellingup itself is a nice little town. There are amenities there. There's a grocery store there. There is fuel available there as well. So, and I say it's only 10 minutes from here, so it's getting supplies of fuel, no problems at all. This is one of the first campsites as you drive in. It's on the left-hand side. It's called Lane Poole. This is one you do have to book. You will get a small map they'll give you, and I'll put it up on the screen. They'll give you a map of the general area of Lane Poole Reserve, which will show you where all the campsites are. It's quite a large area, and some of the campgrounds themselves are quite large. There are 42 sites here. This is sites 1 to 25. We'll just check those out. There's a drop toilet over to the right, my right. Now the individual campsites are bollarded off from where you park. So where you park at the front and then you carry your gear into the campsite, which is behind where that car is parked. Because threw me at first, they looked a little small to camp on. Then I realised, okay, that's just the car park. The campsite itself is actually behind those bollards. This is campsite number 1, Baden Powell. This is what I mean by the parking area here. So you park your car at the front of the campsite, then you walk and carry your gear onto the campsite. And this seems to be fairly typical of the smaller ones. And yes, there are some where you can drive a caravan into as well. A small but level area. Most of the sites in here that I've seen look reasonably level, and there's campfires here. Just be aware, the one I'm staying at, which we'll look at, is called Chuditch, and campfires are not allowed there, yet in other campgrounds in the reserve they are. I don't know how you go for caravan in here. I don't see any. I think that probably this is really for tents, maybe rooftop tents. Very small camper trailer like mine would probably get in here, but I wouldn't be able to get it down onto the site. So that's a little strange setup for Baden Powell. Just be aware of that. It doesn't look like it's really set up for caravans. There's a site there, back there, you could probably get a caravan in. I'll just let you know the number of that one. Site number 22 could back a caravan in. So I'll take that back. Yes, there are some where caravans are suitable, and camper vans of course, and others which are more suited for tents. We'll just go out and check out the second part, which are campsites 26 to 42. So it's quite large. There's a caravan there. So same deal in here. Some just have a car parking area at the front and you carry your gear onto the campsite, and others you could easily get a caravan or camper trailer into. Good idea to check that when you are booking it. If you book here, just be aware of that you'll need to be rather selective if you've got a caravan on which site you choose. So that's Baden Powell, 42 sites, very bushy here. Remember, there's no mobile reception. This next campground is called Chuditch, or Chuditch, take your pick. Again, you have to book this one. This is the one I'm staying at. And campfires are not permitted here. Still no mobile reception, and I'm guessing there wouldn't be any mobile reception anywhere in here. You will get some as you get out of the campground area and heading towards Dwellingup. You'll pick up some reception. I'm in campground number 5. I didn't know that. That was just came as I booked it. That's the one that was allocated to me. Some of the sites in here are relatively small, which seems to be fairly common for this reserve. This first few coming in here, number 5 is just here. Okay, so that's my site, and the toilet block, a drop toilet's just down there to the left, which I think you can see there through the trees. I came in last night. I think I've already said last night was 1 degree here, so it can get quite cool down in the reserve here. Just be aware of that. And it's May 2026. 6 and 7 also very small. Number 8 quite small unless you can walk down into it a bit more, which some of these you tend to do. There are heaps of trees in here, so getting sun on your solar panels would not be easy. And there are lots of walking trails in here, by the way. I saw a group of walkers last night, about 10 or 12 of them. If you're looking for wide open space, at this stage I think Baden Powell is probably a better choice than here, given that you can't have campfires here anyhow. There's dumpters to my left, and that looks like it could be the end of Chuditch. These steps here lead down to the river. Let's check it out. There's a nice little set of steps here which gives you direct access into the river and quite a nice swimming area. If you come out of Chuditch or Chuditch, not quite sure how to pronounce that, if you keep going down into the reserve, you will see a sign saying river access, and you can walk down these stairs straight to the river. Beautiful blue sky day here, just wonderful. And there's a little river inlet up there. You can hear the water, like a tiny little waterfall. You hear the water coming into this river area. Again, I'm not sure if this is the Murray. It may be a tributary off the Murray. I'll try and find a map and put it up on the screen. There are also quite a lot of little day areas in the reserve here, and this is quite a nice little one here, which gives you some gas barbecues and a little sitting area with this sort of a view over the river, which is just a short walk down those stairs. And there's more bench seats and tables here as well. I'm a bit out of breath walking up those stairs, but it's not too far, it's about 100 metres. If you travel about a kilometre further along the road from the river access we just looked at, you'll come to Nanga Mill, which is the next one we'll have a quick look at. This looks like here it's a small parking area. There's a walking trail up there and some toilets. Sort of like a day use area in there. Let's see if we can find an entry to the campsite or the campground. Okay, so Nanga Mill is to the right up the top of the hill. Let's go up here. So as you come in on the road from Chuditch, There are a couple of day areas, car parking areas called Nanga Mill as well. So you have to keep going and turn right. And it is up here somewhere. Sites 15 to 37. This is called Nanga Brook. Okay. We'll just have a look at that sign. Just interesting to see if fires are allowed in here. It says campfires are not permitted during the prohibited burning season, which is not now. So campfires look like they're okay in here. Let's go to sites 15 to 22 and have a quick look in here. This is a little more open, and straight away the campsites look a little larger than the other campgrounds we've been to. They're also quite level. And it's a little more open in here as well. You'd find a few sunny spots to put down your solar panels. And like all the others, there are heaps of campsites in here. Interesting to note also that there's not a lot of campers in any of these grounds. There's a few scattered campers in them all. There's plenty of free available spots in all of these campgrounds. So far, that is. We'll go down to the left here. There are drop toilets here, of course, and again, no mobile reception. I won't get out at this one. I think you're getting a fairly good idea of what's in the Lane Poole Reserve area. It's quite a large area and plenty of camping available. There's another one to have a look at. I might have a look at one more. This one I think is called Stringers. And I saw the sign up here as I was coming into this one. So as you come along the main road from the entry, you turn right to Nanga Mill and a left to Stringers. All right, let's go have a look where Stringers is. The road in here is a little rougher than the rest. It's still quite accessible, quite okay for all vehicles. Welcome to Stringers. Dogs are allowed in here, but it says no caravans in here. Maybe that's because they're small sites. Okay, campfires are allowed in here, which is great for this time of year. Looks to be quite small. I don't think the campsites are numbered. So it's a matter of finding a spot wherever you can. We'll go up here. And it's reasonably small. I haven't seen, oh hold on, there's a number on this one here. Okay, it's 4 and 5. But the individual sites have bollards. That's probably why you can't get a caravan in here. There's a walking track down to my right. We'll have a quick look while we're here. This is quite an unusual campground. So that walking track brings you down to here, which is nominated as a river risk area. The river looks like it's a fair way further down this track, and as my videos aren't about track walking, we'll go back to the campsite. I think there is another access to the river down the bottom end of the campsite, or the campground, so why don't we check that one out. There is a set of steps for access to the river, the same as the last campsite we looked at. I think you're beginning to see now that we don't need to go visit them all. They're all going to be very similar. However, one thing I have picked up on, that some of these campsites you don't have to book. Not sure why that is. There's a couple that you can arrive and pay as you arrive. I'll just try and figure out what that's about. I think I saw a sign on the way in here suggesting that. But that's really it for Stringers. Quite small, only a handful of sites in here. I think 5 or 6 maybe. And a little bit busier. There's about, I think I counted about 4 campers in here. But no caravan camping allowed in here. Just leaving Stringers campground now. I hope you enjoyed this video of the Lane Poole Reserve. I think you'll agree I didn't need to film them all. The 3 I have filmed give you a good overview of what to expect when you come here. I think the facilities could have been better for what you're paying, considering you're paying $17.50 for a car and $17.50 for a trailer or caravan, plus the camp fees. I think they probably could have had showers, or just the facilities could have been a little better. But having said that, it is a campgrounds, or these campgrounds here, I would recommend them. And if you're travelling in from the south coast of WA up into Perth, for example, perfect place to stop, put your feet up for a couple of days. So yes, I'd recommend this area, and I will score the campgrounds individually because they are quite a little bit different in their own way and at the same time similar. So I hope you enjoyed this video. My next video hopefully will be heading up the west coast of WA and exploring and filming and reviewing more free and budget campgrounds. So if that's your thing, stick around.